right, so radians. We're here. 6.3 is getting us into radians. Finally, you're going to know what that weird little setting on your calculator was that messed you up when you were trying to find degrees. This is rads. And so they've started us off with a unicycle question, which is just trying to tie what we're learning into something that we can think about in reality instead of just all the abstract stuff. So good on them. They've asked us to figure out how many times this little wheel turns in 15 meters of travel. And they told us that the diameter is 70 centimeters. So the first thing you might notice is that they're not the same units. So you're going to have to change one or the other. I prefer to just change the centimeters into meters, so we'll just make that 0.7 meters, and now we're good to go. They match. So obviously, just like last time, we're talking about a circumference type of question. So circumference equals pi times diameter. And we're going to have to figure out how many of these goes into this. So we can go 15 over pi times diameter. And since the diameter is 0.7, we go 0.7. Now they didn't ask us to find an exact value. They're not asking us to simplify an actual algebraic equation here. They just want an answer. So we're going to solve it. 15 divided by, I found my pi button. Thank you, Bella. Mine is right under the clear button. And I should have put a bracket in there. Pi times 0.7. So I've got my units matching. I solve it, and this is approximately 3. So 3 times 0.7 would be giving me something like 2. So 15 divided by 2, I'm going to expect it to be somewhere around 7, and the answer is 6.82. So it's nice to just sort of estimate and decide as you go whether or not your answer is reasonable. So I've got 6.82 revolutions, revs. And the second part says, to the nearest degree, through which angle does the wheel turn? You want to like do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. We want to go, well, how much is 1 worth? Well, 1's worth 6 or 360 degrees, right? Well, I have 6.82 360 degrees is. So the way to figure that out is I'm just going to multiply that by 360. And that's going to give me, and I'm just going to leave it in my calculator. I'm not going to actually use this number. I'm going to use the one that's in my calculator because that's the one that's much more accurate. And I'm going to multiply that by 360, which turns out to 2,455 point blah 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 0.5333 and on degrees. So usually they give you a question like this, they'll be like to the nearest degree or the nearest tenth of a degree, something like that. All right, that's pretty much it for this one. So they're definitely trying to make an association between circumference, distance covered, pi or diameter pi, mucking around with word problems and arranging these particular values. So pay attention to that. It's going to happen again. And we're going to be slicing up the circle into radians soon.